fiscally and physically. I can only assume that the decision yesterday was a political payback for me winning the election. You see, because at the time, all but one of the county commissioners endorsed my opponent. And the union endorsed the county commissioners. I can only assume that, again, politics has been interjected into this discussion. No one buys the election through union endorsements. And I've been accused of buying the election by county commissioners yesterday. It's the people that decide. It's the people that vote. They decide who the sheriff is, as well as other elected officials. The union, it's not just a union vote. It's nice to have their endorsement, but they're not the ones that elect the sheriff. It's the public that elects the sheriff. And you know what? I'm running for re-election. This agency has been my home for 32 years, 33 this month on October 22nd. I am running for re-election, so I am going to be here. And this makes me even more determined to protect the public, to provide for their safety, to protect their wallets, and to give them a safe county that they deserve. So I'm not going anywhere. Clearly, to interject politics into this discussion is unconscionable. We've gone beyond the realm of good administration and good public policy. We've gone beyond the realm of that into a political arena that affects people's public safety and their wallet. I don't begrudge the employees for having a raise. I would love to give them a raise. And now that I know that the county commission is so willing to give them raises, now I know what to do next year. This is a dangerous profession. They deserve every penny that they make. Public safety is dangerous. You can look at that by the names on that wall out there of the men and women that have sacrificed their lives for this county. And you can ask Teresa Ryan, Paul Ryan's widow, whether what he made in his salary was enough. There's no amount of salary that's going to replace Paul Ryan or any other deputy or firefighter in this agency. So they deserve it. It's a question of what can the residents afford to pay. The people that pay for this agency aren't making as much money as they used to. We work for them. They don't work for us. We are public servants. The operative word is servant. It's not self-service, it's public service. And I think the union has lost sight of the fact of why they're here, to serve the public, not serving themselves. As I said, they did not fund that $10 million. In fact, the budget that they approved last week set a millage rate that cannot be changed. It cannot go up. It can go down, but it can't go up. The $10 million is not in the budget that we just came through. And it's not in the budget that we submitted on May 1st, nor is it in the budget that the county administrator has recommended to the county commission to approve. It's not in either budget. So again, that $10 million is not there. Excuse me for a second. You guys can edit this out, right? I don't know, Brittany.
I can't.
You can. So if it's not funded, I have to look at the options. What are the options? I have three options. One, appeal the budget to the Florida Cabinet. Two, and the county commission has left me no choice if they don't fund it on this option, and that's to close the tower at the jail in Pompano that we originally discussed closing. They leave me no choice if they don't fund it. And the third option is to return the jail to the county commission. The first option, appealing to the Florida cabinet. As you know, it is going to be a brand new Florida cabinet come January. And I have made it clear to the county commission that the budget I will be appealing will be the May 1st budget, not the current budget that the county administrator has recommended. And that budget was a flat line budget. No increase, no decrease. It was a flat budget. That's the budget we'll be appealing. The second option, again, the county commission has given me no choice but to consider closing the Ryan Tower. And that's particularly sad because we closed satellite booking facilities in order to keep that tower open. A lot of the cities are up in arms because that's a service we provided to the municipalities for their police departments to make it safer and efficient for those communities when they had people arrested. But we had to cut that in order to keep the tower open. Those satellite booking facilities have been closed. They're not coming back. And we did that because we knew the federal monitors were looking over our shoulder to see what was going to happen regarding the overcrowding of our jail system. So they left me no choice but to consider that. And you know why that's really sad? Is because, again, this whole exercise was about saving jobs. That's why we reclassified the control room deputies so that they would not get laid off. But if we have to close that tower, and this is where the union has misrepresented its position, I think, because it will result in layoffs of up to 78 deputies, closing that tower. So we stress to try to save as many jobs as possible. Now puts us in the position of 78 deputies are going to get laid off. Whether that's 78 deputies that are there, or whether they bump down in the system, we don't know yet. But 78 people potentially will lose jobs if that $10 million is not funded. The third option is returning the jail to the Broward County Commission. Now last year, Commissioner Ritter said, I believe, or somebody told me, we could do it for 20% less if we ran the jail ourselves. Well, 60% of the budget is the jail. We've discussed that numerous times. And in the jail, 80 to 84% of the budget is salary and benefits. Well, they just imposed a $10 million increase on that jail budget that they've been asking me to cut 14%. They just imposed a $10 million increase without funding it. That just drives up the cost of salary and benefits. So now you're over the 80 to 84% of the jail budget being salaries. But yet they said they think they can do it 20% cheaper if they do it themselves. I don't know how they can do that if they just imposed a $10 million increase to that budget. If they want to manage the jail, the affairs of this agency as it relates to the jails, then take back the jails and you manage them. You gave them to us many years ago because it wasn't being done efficiently and they couldn't handle them. Well, at this point in time, if they can do it cheaper and better, be my guest. I've asked our legal staff to look at what does it take, what actions do we have to take to give the jails back to the county commission. You know, someone told me yesterday, this is politics as usual in Broward County. Now I know exactly what they mean. Thank you.